Block of red tape, phone them sliding every day. Bunch of hollows spitting out the Glock. I've been serving fiends all day, out there posted with the gang, nigga. We was taught to get it.
What is good, YouTube? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Nick Ruiz back in with another video. And you see, we had a complete overhaul of the channel. I have a new intro, and what you're listening to right now is my brand new snowball mic. But let's not get into that. Today's video is going to be a long one. You need to go get a beverage or a snack. It's Friday night. Let's get lit. This video is going to be everything that I want in the NBA 2K21 Myplayer builder. Now, I know this week Mike Wang came out and said a lot of things about the game. And not going to lie, this video has been planned for a while. So some of the things that I'm going to say in this video have already been debunked by Mike Wang. For example, when I mentioned quick draw later in the video, Mike Wang's already confirmed several things. But yeah, man, so just keep that in mind. But go get yourself a nice cold beverage and let's get ready. Let's get into this. This video is everything that I want in the NBA 2K21 Myplayer builder, and it's gonna be a really in-depth look. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so when it comes to the Myplayer builder, how about we start with the very beginning of your Myplayer builder and creating your player and the beginning of the MyCareer storyline, okay? Let's start with the intro usually that happens every year, okay? So every year, it's usually a little you choose your name, number, college or state, handiness. That's really what you pick. And then, yeah, so handiness. Let's go a little in depth in that, okay? Now, this might be asking a little much, but maybe this could make its way onto next gen instead of current gen, because current gen, it's most likely already done. But let's start out with, like, my example would be being able to choose your voice, accent, race, ethnicity, hometown, country, city, state, region, and personality traits. These personality traits would determine what you say in post-game and pre-game interviews. So, for example, you have a Kawhi Leonard personality trait, or a Russell Westbrook, or a LeBron James, or a Pat Bev, or a Jimmy Butler, or a Draymond Green, or maybe even a foreigner like Luka Doncic. Alright, so now let's get into the pie charts, okay? So, in 2K21, I want more pie charts and custom pie charts, okay? Now, this shouldn't be too hard to put in, you know. But there's a couple of examples. Let me go into like the rules of how Hall of Fame badges would work. So if you remember that leak, it said that supposedly 40 or 50% of the custom pie will equal Hall of Fame badges if there are custom pies. Again, custom pies aren't confirmed, but you know, just make 40 or 50% equal a Hall of Fame badge, or however many Hall of Fame badges the build gets. And then we need to separate the cap categories into even more categories. An example of this from me personally is I believe that rebounding and defense shouldn't be in the exact same category, okay? Like, rebounding and defense are totally different things, okay? So it should be separated, and maybe even post scoring, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if post hook should be in the inside scoring category. Maybe it should, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. So here's what would happen, okay? Here's how you would do it, or how you should do it. Have us be at the screen, right? And have the caps start at 0. And give us around 300 to 400 attribute caps. It depends on the build, you know? Because guards in 2K20 got way more attribute caps. So yeah, give us 300 to 400 attribute caps. And all the stats are at 0, and whatever we choose to upgrade. And don't worry, of course there would be caps for big men. Obviously 7 threes wouldn't be able to have 99 ball control. You know, there would be cap limits. But you know, whatever we upgrade, that would be what our build comes out to. One question I do have for NBA 2K is, 2K, why'd you take out these two specific attribute categories? Okay, I'm talking about the shot contest category and the off dribble shooting category. I don't know why you guys decided to get rid of these categories. These categories are very important, okay? You know why? Because the off dribble shooters are separated from, like, this is how it works in real life. The off dribble shooters are separate and different from the standstill spot up shooters. So in 2K, if I'm trying to make a pure sharp, why am I also a pure shot creator? Like, I don't want it to be like that. Like, make the builds more diverse and have their own skill caps and skill attribute categories, you know? I don't think a pure shot should be the same as a pure sharp. I know it really doesn't make a difference. And also, I'm tired of leaning on my pure sharp. I don't want to lean, 2K. Stop making me accidentally lean, and we won't have any problems. And also, the shot contest cap, as for that one, this would solve paint defense, bro. Like, paint defense in 2K20 was very broken. So I feel if you bring back shot contest as an upgradable category, we'll be all set in terms of contesting shots in the paint. And you see, the reason separating the caps are so important for me to make more diverse builds is, look at some of the most popular 2K YouTubers. Annoying TV likes to make spot up shooter type builds, and Ticino likes to make pure shot creator type builds. But, you know, without any off dribble category, it's really hard to separate the two builds. I know Ticino would have a blast if they brought back the off dribble shooting categories, because he loves making shot creators. And Annoying TV, I'm sure he likes making spot ups. You know, 2K, this is why it's very important to me that you separate and diverse all the builds and the caps and all these things. But let's get into my next series of points, okay? Let's get into the builds overall and attribute system itself, okay? First off, let's start off with a really big issue in NBA 2K20. Misleading archetype build names. These are very, very cheesy in my opinion, and I'm about to give you guys all sorts of examples, okay? I've wrote down a list of builds that are misleading in this game. The glass cleaning lockdown build, there's a version which is a sharp rim, and then there's a pure glass cleaner 2K19 version of this. You know, you see the thumbnail, it says 3-point rim protector, okay? If I make a shooting glass lock in 2K21, it should just be called a 3-point rim protector. Like, whatever you do the most in your builds, they should be what you are called as your skills, as your highest skills in your build name. I don't know why 2K doesn't do that. Otherwise, I suggest you just make superstar builds, but I'll get into that in a second. Let's get into more builds that are misleading. There's builds that are called the pure slasher, when it's really just a catfish two-way slashing playmaker with Hall of Fame defensive and shooting badges. There's the two-way slasher. My boy Dex has this build. It's a catfish two-way slashing playmaker once again. Like, when you see two-way slasher, your thought is to leave this build open, but if you leave Dex open, he's gonna green with this build because it's catfish. Next, you got the facilitating finisher. There's like 3 versions of this build. There's the playlock version, there's the red-green version where you can shoot from half court, and then there's the Joe Knows LeBron James build version. Point is, there's a lot of versions of the the facilitating finisher. And then you have the speed boosting paint beast. You should just change that and call it a playmaking paint beast if it's going to be a speed boosting sharpshooting paint beast. Shooting interior forces. There are pure interior forces that are actually catfish finishing and shooting builds. And then of course the paint defender. I'm not even going into the paint defender. There's like 5 different versions of the paint defender. But you get the point, okay? I don't want misleading build names in this game anymore. Like, I'm sorry. And like I said a moment ago with the whole, you might as well just call the builds that can do everything a superstar, like an all-around or an offensive or a defensive or a two-way superstar. For example, the two-way slashing playmaker. Like, if you can't come up with a build name for that, just call it a two-way superstar. Which brings me to my next point. Fluctuating build names. We had this in NBA 2K15 and 16. Where you had all-around superstars, but you started out, you know, at like 55 overall, you were a prospect, and then by the time you got to 99 overall, it really depended what you upgraded, but you could be called an offensive superstar or all-around superstar. So, if you can't come up with build names for those really cheesy all-around builds, just call them all-around superstars, so that we know we can't leave this build open. See, that's the problem with builds like the two-way slasher. You don't know that's a catfish, so you just let it open, but it turns out they can shoot from 3, so they end up greening in your mouth. So let's just call it and see it how it is. Just do fluctuating build names if you're not gonna come up with names for the builds. Alright, so now let's get into something that's really important, okay? Something that makes this game either a W or L. It's one of the major factors every year. The My Career grind. 2K, let's make this grind easier. And I'm not just talking a little easier, I'm talking way easier, okay? I am tired of having to grind for a week or 2 straight to 99 overall to get the build where I want to be. remember 2K17 and 2K16 where it took you a few days to get a 99 overall? Let's make it like that again. I'm tired of this overall grind, man. The grind is supposed to be park, rec, 5v5, pro-am, stage, even the cages, either. That's a discussion video for another day, the cages. But it's still more competitive than my career. Like, you need to stop with the whole making us grind our lives away in my career. And guess what? The whole community would agree with this, because there's a lot of people who want to hit top rep every year. But the fact is, and this is a sad fact, that you have to go to my career like the first or second night to get your Myplayer where you want to be. Unless you want to play my career as a 75 overall, it's really a bad thing. 2K, I'm telling you, the whole entire community, especially the people who are trying to hit top rep, especially on current gen, where there's only like a 2 to 4 month lifespan because of next gen, you need to make the my career grind easier so that we can play in park and rec. Like, I really don't want to play in my career. So please fix this grind process, make it easier, make it go faster, so that we can go to the parks and the rec and the 5v5 places and just hoop and play with our friends. And let those who are trying to hit top rep just go out there to the park and try to hit top rep instead of wasting 3 days, which is a long time for rep grinders, just to get their build to where they want it so that they can use that build on their grind. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, 2K, I'm not even gonna lie. Next up, this is one of the biggest issues in 2K20. You guys are gonna agree with me on this one. The fluctuating overall system. This system needs serious fixing. What I mean by this is examples being losing 5 overall levels because you lag out. Lagging out, that's not because of me. That's because of 2K. That's because of their servers. And you're gonna drop me 5 overalls for lagging out? Come on, 2K, do better. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this system to begin with. I was never a fan of it. I honestly think once you get 99, you should stay 99. But hey, some people might like it, 2K might like it. If you're gonna bring it back, it needs to work right, okay? And then there's an issue where if you're like a sharpshooting build and a defensive build, let's say you have a sharpshooter, right? And there's a game where you take a W, you win that park game. Well, if you didn't score any points and shoot the ball and make threes, you're still going to drop an overall even though you won. And then same for lockdowns. If you didn't get any defensive stops, you're still going to drop. So 2K, if you're going to keep this system, which I don't even like it, I think it should be removed. But if it's going to stay, please make it work right. Please. And another thing I almost forgot to mention about the fluctuating overall system is there was this glitch at the beginning of the year, especially for people who grinded the rec center. If you had a squad and you went to rec and then the whole other team graded out and they quit and graded out the match and you still won, you could drop overall just because the other team quit. Now, I don't know if this is still a problem. You rec center squads are going to have to confirm that for me. I don't know if it's still an issue where like you beat the other team and they all grade out or they all quit. You lose your overall. I don't know if this is still a problem, but if you're a rec center grinder with your squad, let me know in the comment section if it's still a glitch. Either ways, this system needs working and it needs fixing. The fluctuating system for overall grinding needs to be fixed. Next up, so first off, we're gonna get into builds now. I heard from Mike Wang that now Damian Lillard requested that there be oversized point guards in 2K21. Damian Lillard, you're a cheeser, my guy, huh? You're a cheeser. Now, a lot of people are saying their speed's gonna be really bad. I don't necessarily agree, especially if you make those pure playmakers or the play sharp or even a pure lockdown at that height. But I understand, man. We'll just have to wait for the game to come out. I can't just make accusations about the game. We don't even have it yet. But in other news, Mike Wang also said the threshold for shooting this year is going to be mid to high 70s. And he said in one of the tweets, he referenced sharpshooters with 99.3, and it seems like they're going to be really usable this year. And it's looking like the speed boosting sharpshooters like play shots and offensive threats are going to be really usable this year. You might want to look into making a speed boosting sharp. And then the pure slashers, your hop step got nerfed, But Mike Wang said about the Pro Stick that if you use your Pro Stick for layups, it gives you a chance to not get blocked. So you slashers should have fun with that. It seems like the pure green and the pure blue are going to be kind of usable in 2K21. I don't know, man. Because as you know, in 2K20, these two pie charts, the pure green and the pure blue, are useless. Because other builds like the green-yellow get Hall of Fame shooting and playmaking. Which brings me to the next point. If you're going to have the pure green and pure blue be actually usable, you're going to have to tone other builds' attributes. And guys, don't get mad at me. I know we all like these cheesy builds that can do multiple things. I'm just saying, if they want the pure green to be usable, you might need to look into lowering the 3-ball in other builds. Like, for example, the Play Sharp. If you remember in 2K19, the Play Sharp, which was the best guard build last year in 2K19, only had a 79 or 80 3-pointer. This year, if you're a Play Shot, you get an 88 3-pointer, and at 99, you get like a 91, I believe. Like, that's crazy. And it again makes the pure green useless, because why make a pure green when you can make a yellow green? But the difference is the yellow green can speed boost. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of tough. Like, I'm not going to lie. So, that's how you make the pure green and pure blue usable. Although, I think the pure blue is close to being dead. Of course, people are still going to make the pure blue. But I wouldn't recommend making that build at all. But, hey, whatever floats your boat. Next up in the Myplayer build, let's talk about non-shooting builds. Now, some of you might already know my take on this. I honestly think they shouldn't be able to shoot. And I'm happy that Mike Wang said they might not be able to shoot. But for y'all that are mad about this, let me explain something. One, it's probably not even true, considering the fact they say this every year. And every year, the Pure Locks find some cheesy jump shot to green with. Last year, it was jump shot 30. No, it wasn't jump shot 30. It was jump shot... I forget what was the jump shot. Oh yeah, jump shot 24. My bad. I drew a blank. Last year's cheesy jump shot was jump shot 24. Locks were greening from hash from it. This year's jump shot 38. You don't even need quick draw on it. Just throw it on and you'll green. And have a point guard that has Hall of Fame diamond and Hall of Fame floor general. And next year, quick draw's out. So there's going to be another cheesy jump shot for lockdowns. So lockdowns shouldn't be that upset. You're probably still going to be able to shoot anyways. Mike Wang said that every year, and it's never true. But he did say if he sees people greening with their 51-3, he's going to patch them. So maybe he isn't lying this time. But I honestly think it'll balance the game out, man. I understand you locks want to cheese the game. I get it, okay? But here's the thing. I shouldn't have to check you from the 3-point line if you have a very low 3-pointer. Especially a 51. I don't care if you start off with a 35 and you upgrade it to 51. A 51 is an F grade. A 51 is a terrible 3-point rating. You shouldn't be able to green with it, in my opinion. But again, I think it's a lie. I think they're still going to be able to green. And with quick draw out, which I will get through in a minute when I get to the badge section of this video, you guys are going to find a cheesy jump shot again with no quick draw. So you guys are set. Alright, so next up, let's get into badges, okay? First off, let's talk about quick draw. Mike Wang already said, if you haven't heard, Mike Wang said quick draw is gone forever and it's gone in 2K21. I know a lot of people are happy. I'm kind of happy too, because I'm probably going to make a pure sharp and I don't have to waste my badge points on it. I'm so happy about that. But again, with the cheesy lockdowns, I feel like you're going to find a new jump shot, but it is what it is. But let's get into badges, okay? So one crazy fact about 2K20 is some badges work really good and are very overpowered, and others don't work at all and are very useless, okay? Some badges that need to be removed, in my opinion, are bailout. This badge is so overpowered, and I don't care what you guys say. No NBA player in real life, you guys can say they can pass out a shot, and they can. They can, I'll give you that. But no one who's going up for a layup in the paint in the NBA is going to do a Tom Brady touchdown pass to the corner for a wide open green light 3-pointer. It's just not real. It's just not realistic. You guys always like to talk about realistic, and that's just not realistic. Should be removed. Cross key score, this badge is useless. This badge is horrible. Okay, it's useless. Just get rid of it, man. No one puts it on. Not even pure green slashers. Not pure green, pure blue, my bad. Not even pure blue slashers put this badge on because it's that trash. Pogo stick, Mike Wang said on Twitter, Pogo stick it got nerfed. I wanted it to be completely removed because it bails out people, and I see a lot of people getting mad that it got nerfed. Listen, man, it's not realistic for me to pump fake you and you jump and bite on the pump fake and then you block me when I go for the shot. If you bite on a pump fake, it should be game over. I should be scoring on you. That's just my opinion. And it just got nerfed. It's not completely removed. Now, quickly, I'm going to get into badges that need to be fixed to work better, okay? The number one badge, obviously, Unpluckable. This badge should be the most overpowered badge in the game, but it's actually one of the worst. This needs to be buffed. Showtime, I think, needs to be buffed. I would totally use it. Heart Crusher needs to be buffed a little bit. It should help your team more. Steady Shooter, this build should be worked different, in my opinion. And Ice and Veins, this is the D'Angelo Russell badge. I don't think it should be a free throw badge. I think it should be a clutch badge. And I know what you're all about to say. Nick, we already have clutch shooter in the game. Yeah, but Ice and Veins should replace that, in my opinion, and just become an all-around clutch badge. And then Fast Break Finisher. I feel like this badge needs more love. There's a lot of fast break scores in the NBA, and let's just give them more love. Now, I want also more park badges, and make the Nothing Easy badge. Here's an idea I have. Make the Nothing Easy badge, either remove it completely, or make it a rep level reward at like Elite 2 or Elite 3, where you do it, but it's not a foul. And I know what y'all saying, Nick, that would be so overpowered. Maybe, but if you remember in 2K15 and 16, that was a rep reward. So let's bring that back as a rep reward and have it be at Elite 3 or something, you know, or maybe at Legend. And then also bring back Double Takeover and Rebirth at certain rep levels, okay? I loved Double Takeover and I loved Rebirth, okay? Rebirth was very important, and if you don't know what these two things are, just ask in the comment section and I'll reply to you. I don't really have much time in this video left to talk about Double Takeover and Rebirth, but it was in 2K19. And I have one brand new badge idea, okay? Listen up. Now, I know EA Madden games, they own this term, Escape Artist. But something like this as a badge in 2K21, I think would be amazing. And this badge would help you get out of double teams. People wouldn't use this in the park, really. This would be a My Career badge. Because if you grind My Career, you know this badge is, I mean, it's not a badge yet. The double teams in My Career are so overpowered, man. And every time you get out of it, you throw it out of bounds. So I suggest a My Career badge where you can get out of double teams. This would help us with our grind, in my opinion, man. Yeah, man, and people wouldn't have this in the park probably, but this would help us grind our badges and get out of double teams. So yeah, man. Next up, as far as dribble moves, dunks, and all those animations, Mike Wang already confirmed on Twitter that there are a lot of new dribble moves coming, and I like to hear that. Let's separate the guards, because in 2K20, you see all the guards with the exact same size ups. You see either the Kobe size up, the Curry size up, or the AI size up. So let's make all the size ups unique, so we can make all the ISO guards unique. No two ISO guards should be using the same exact dribble moves, in my opinion. It should be diverse, man. Remember, diversity is what I'm trying to create. And then I have a couple of dunk package ideas, okay? One dunk package idea is a Zion Williamson dunk package, and I know 2K is probably going to put this one in. It's Zion. He's their cover athlete. A Larry Nance dunk package. I just brought you guys back to the old school. And a Nate Robinson dunk package, because Nate Robinson, although he's so short, he had some of the best dunks and blocks in NBA history. So yeah, man. And last but not least, when you get to My Career, you started up the prelude. High school, NCAA, 2K, well, not 2K. Well, actually, yeah, they showed the Florida Gators in that trailer, so NCAA is confirmed. It's just a question of can we use all the teams and pick from any team we want. And then let us choose between the league, G League, or overseas. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for today's video, man. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the quality, my guys? I really appreciate it, man. I'd appreciate if you hit the like, thumbs up. Let's just consider this my first legit YouTube video, okay? I love you all, man. I'm sorry this video was so long. This video I've been planning for a month now. Please follow all my socials. Like, comment, and sub if you're new. I love you all. Yeah, man. What do you guys think of all my player builder ideas? Do you guys like them? W, L, or neutral? Let me know what you guys think. What would you guys do for the My Player Builder in NBA 2K21? I'd love to know. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. I love all you guys. Please stay safe during this coronavirus times. And I'm out for now. It's been your boy Nick Ruiz. Peace out, my dudes. Peace.